I think the fact that I've moved so far away from home, from being from California, I've always been an independent person, but really living on my own and then having to like meet a ton of new girls has been like such a great experience for me. And I think that like having connections across the country and across the world with like different teammates is super amazing to just like have those connections that'll last a lifetime.
What's up guys, Angel here. Welcome back to A2 on Champ Media. You're watching and we have two very fun guests. We have Sophia Panosian and Sophia Bunnell. Yeah, you guys heard right. Two Sophias today. We're going to be playing a very fun game at the end. But to start off, let's learn a little bit about them. So, Sophia 1, no, I'm just kidding. Can you tell me a little about how your day's going? Like, just how are you doing?
My day is going great. We both had 6 a.m. lift and then a good practice. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful fall day here.
Yeah, literally.
It's good.
I love that. I love that. Other Sophia, how are you feeling getting ready for, you guys have a game tomorrow actually?
Yeah, so we're scrimmaging Indiana tomorrow. It's our last out of season. So we're all super excited, ready to kind of put everything we've worked on for the last 4 months together and show it off.
I love that. And obviously, if you guys don't know, this Sophia Bunnell is actually a sophomore. And can you just talk to me a little bit about your experience from going to a freshman to now a sophomore at Michigan? Yeah, how's it been?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from California, so the move was obviously crazy. Living in the snow for the first time was just a lot. So I think sophomore year, the whole difference has kind of been I know my way around, not necessarily Google mapping every single class.
Love that.
Anymore. And just kind of a lot more familiar, like athletics, all the resources we have, and just kind of laying my ground.
Yeah, just getting your foot dipped in the water more. Yeah, no more toes.
No more toe.
Alrighty, and then you're now a junior and you're going to be a senior next season.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me a little bit of advice you would give to your senior high school self going into college?
I think the piece of advice I'd give to my high school senior self is to just come in with a lot of confidence and not fall into like the freshman mentality where like a lot of freshmen think, oh, I'm just a little freshman, like I can make all these mistakes and it be fine, versus like coming in eager, ready to learn, and like having the confidence that like a senior would have.
Yeah.
And so just not being afraid based on your age or height or whatever, and just being like ready to go fresh as a freshman incoming.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like your experience so far, do you feel like what's the greatest thing you gained now being a junior going to be a senior? Is it friends? Do you think the education has really driven you? Like, what have you just experienced and loved so much?
I think the fact that I've moved so far away from home, from being from California, I've always been an independent person, but really living on my own and then having to like meet a ton of new girls has been like such a great experience for me. And I think that like having connections across the country and across the world with like different teammates is super amazing to just like have those connections that'll last a lifetime, and then also getting to like experience the culture of like a new state and all of like the traditions that comes with that, which is something that I'm super thankful to like have in getting out of my comfort zone after like moving from California.
Yeah, and you both said you're from California. Did you know each other before you came here?
I knew of her. Yeah, for sure. I actually lost a junior Olympic title to her my first year, 16.
That's right.
But definitely didn't get to know her personally until we got to Michigan. Yeah, besides it.
Oh,
that's so
vice versa.
Love that. And both Sophia here are probably like, oh, twin, like the Spider-Man meme. So along with saying you both came from California, is there a big switch in coming from California to Michigan aside from the weather? I mean, obviously the weather as well. Did you guys play indoors or outdoors in California? Did that switch when you came here? How was that? How did that go, Belle?
I always played outdoors. I think there's like one indoor pool that I played in California.
Oh wow.
And like being in the sun all the time is amazing. So it's definitely very different coming here, like being pale in the wintertime.
Yeah. No joke.
Very weird experience, but
yeah, I mean, I think outside the weather, like one of the things that I've loved about Michigan is just like the Midwestern values and how nice people are. I think that really shocked me. Like, even like you're in line at the grocery store and just like random people will start a conversation with you, and that's something I really love about it. I think that's something people don't really talk about.
Yeah, it's very homey here. That's the best way to put it. I was actually born in California and lived there for a good amount of my life too. And it's just so, I feel like it's such a melting pot, and so many people go there from different places with like aspirations of maybe being Hollywood, or there's so many different like facades of California. And yeah, I think it's so interesting now living here, how homey, like literally so true. Going back to the beginning, you both play water polo here at Michigan. What got you into that? How did you start as water polo wagon?
Yeah. I actually had a family friend whose entire family played water polo. Oldest played at Harvard, second oldest at Cal. And then my friend Natasha is now at UCLA, and her younger brother will have his pick of schools. And one day they were just like, hey, like, you should come to water polo practice. And I played volleyball my whole life. And I was like, cool, like volleyball in a pool. Like, that sounds great. Showed up in a strapless 2-piece bikini. And I ended up falling in love with the sport, and I never really looked back.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool.
I think just being from California, like I've always had a thing for the water, like whether it's being in the beach or like the pool or all of that. Like I've always loved the water, and like I have 3 older brothers, so I'm very competitive naturally, which water polo is super competitive. So I think like the mixture of the water and the competitiveness that water polo has is just like a perfect fit. And my best friend played, and she like really wanted me to go to a practice, and I was like, no, like I don't want to do that. I ended up going, and my parents forced me into it for like the first 3 years, and then I finally fell in love with it.
Love that.
But yeah, I think like just how I grew up definitely helped me get into that, but then also like the pressure of my best friends and my parents helped a lot.
Sometimes you need a little push.
Yeah,
You ended up falling in love with it. So I actually want to talk a little bit more about your positions. So you told me a little bit about you being a goalie, and it was because you're not the strongest swimmer, which is actually so funny because it's a water sport. But can you tell me a little bit about being a goalie on the team at Michigan?
Yeah, so when I started playing water polo, I think most people start out in the field. And my first game I ever played, I got like ejected from the game because I was so done with swimming that I just held on to the other girl. And then they looked at me and they're like, you're kind of tall, like you're gonna go in the goal.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, wait, so I don't have to swim anymore? Like, great. Like, when I stuck with it. I love that.
That's so awesome. And then being attacker, I'm assuming, because I'm not too familiar with the sport, but I've watched a little bit of your highlights and it looks so fun. You have to be a strong swimmer.
Okay. You do. You definitely do. It's kind of like the opposite of what the other Sophia said. You gotta be a little bit faster and more creative, and like we have something called like drawing ejections and like obviously scoring goals. So that's a little bit more like what my side and position would do.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And you said as well, it's when you first went into it, you thought it was volleyball in the water.
Yeah.
Is it not? Like, do you feel, what's like the biggest difference do you feel from volleyball to being in the water and playing water polo?
So I thought it was going to be like, there's a net in the middle and like there's people on either sides, but you're just in a pool. But it's actually a lot more like soccer, where there's a goal on either side and you kind of have the players going up and down the pool trying to score a goal. I think the only thing that really translated over well from volleyball was like that throwing and hitting motion, but everything else was completely different.
It's kind of more like lacrosse in a way when I like watch them almost, but like you guys have the ball, you know? Yeah. Okay, awesome. And did you guys play any sports before doing water polo? I know you talked about volleyball.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, so I started playing volleyball in kindergarten. Played it my whole life. Really wanted to play in college. And I ended up finding water polo and pretty quickly realized that it was a sport I liked more. And then also, I mean, I'm 5'10", but I was a middle blocker. So my options in terms of college for volleyball were pretty limited at that height. And so I decided to go all in my freshman year of high school and kind of just focus on one sport and ride it out.
That's awesome. And then go.
I played soccer for about 4 or 5 years when I was younger, but it wasn't anything crazy. It was like the classic, like fun AYSO soccer. I've also played basketball for 2 years, which was a mistake. I was so bad. I was like slipping all over the court. So I think that's when I figured that I should probably stay away from land.
Fair enough.
And stick to the water. So
I love that. That's actually so funny. I want to talk a little bit more about your living space now at Michigan. You both have roommates, and you feature your roommates a lot on Instagram. I love it. Your pictures are so cute. Do you feel like, or sorry, not do you feel like, do you live with all water polo athletes, or is it a mix?
Yeah, so something really special about our team is we actually have 3 team houses. One for the sophomores, one for the juniors, and one for the seniors.
Okay.
And we do actually all live with our teammates. Each of the houses have a couple non-athletes. We have one, just because there was more rooms and we had girls. But yeah, I mean, we call them our little sorority houses, and it's super cool. I mean, we're literally like house and house with our seniors, and it's just like constant back and forth.
Oh, that's too fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So you live with the juniors,
I do.
and everybody on the people you live with are all water polo.
There's 8 of us, and there's only one who isn't on water.
Okay,
polo.
gotcha.
So yeah, a lot of girls.
That's so fun. So obviously you guys have such like team camaraderie in the water and outside of the water. Do you guys feel like you connect well with another sport on campus aside from water polo as well?
I think we all have a lot of friends across a lot of sports. I think especially freshman year, when you have like mandatory hours in the academic center, you form little relationships across a bunch of sports. So I wouldn't say there's one specific sport. I think everyone has such circles at basketball.
Okay, gotcha.
James, I would agree. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So actually, funny story about the roommates thing. Your roommate, Victoria, is on the team, and she was actually almost one of my roommates this year.
Shout out me.
Shout out me. She's awesome. She's from Australia.
Yeah.
So I'm so curious. Do you guys get a lot of international swimmers, or sorry, a lot of international athletes for water polo?
Yeah, so water polo is actually super strong internationally, and especially on the women's side in the last couple of years, it's really grown. So we have a lot. Our house, actually, we have 5 water polo girls, and 4 of them are international. So we're outnumbered. But our whole team overall, like, I think probably like a third are internationals.
Yeah, there's a good chunk for sure.
And it's pretty cool to have people from all over the world, and you get to hear all their different experiences, different accents, different like language tweaks, I call it. Like, there's just certain things that people say differently. Like, our house now calls the trash cans bins, thanks to Harriet.
Okay, love that.
And it's just like little fun nuances you pick up.
That's so fun. And then, Sophia, you talked about confidence earlier on. I want to dive into that a little bit more. How do you feel like confidence has played a role in your career here as an athlete? And then also, if you guys didn't know, they're both notable people on social media, killing it on TikTok, killing it on Instagram, killing it on both. How do you feel like confidence has played a role in both social media and also athletics?
I think the important thing with confidence and like how it's kind of shaped what I'm doing now is just like helping me embrace and like express myself for who I am. And I think one thing that's super important is that like everyone has their different qualities and they're all like beautiful gifts. And I think just like embracing those and like utilizing your talents and like really making an emphasis on what you do in your life based on your talents and being confident and knowing that like everyone is different and like everyone has their own gifts has been like super important throughout my life. And I think like as an athlete, that's helped me like with my self-awareness, knowing what I'm good at and what I'm like not good at and what I need to get better at. And then having confidence and like knowing that like it is a process and like I will get better at something if I like put my mind to it and work on it. And then again, just like embracing like my natural like gifts and like characteristics and then utilizing that to the best of my ability.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've always kind of had confidence, or was it built up as you got older?
I think I've always had it, and I think part of that is because I have 3 older brothers, and like I think
that'll do it.
Yeah, I think being like the little girl in the family, like I've kind of had to have that naturally just to like stick up for myself, because like if I didn't, they would push me around and beat me up. So I feel like I've always had a little bit of that. But I definitely have seen it grow as I've gotten older as well.
I love that. Okay, and diving a little bit more into the social media aspect, you're both doing it once again. You're both killing it. What kind of got you started with your social media? You don't have a TikTok, no, or you do?
I do, but I don't like
don't use
nothing
big groups. More Instagram, and then you would say kind of both, more TikTok. Yeah. Okay, what got you started with TikTok?
Honestly, I was just posting things because everybody else did, and then I kind of had a couple videos randomly do really well, and I realized, like, I mean, I wasn't gonna drop out of college and become the next Alex Earl.
Fair
But
enough.
I was like, there could be something here. Like, it's cool to have a platform. And I think I really embraced, especially transferring high schools my senior year, having that platform where people got to know me on social media before they really got to know me as a person. And I think that was kind of the main thing where I was like, this could be something, like this could be a way to connect to people. And it's also just like, it's like a personal video diary. Like sometimes I just scroll through those videos and I'm like, oh, like remember this time of my life. And like whether it's good or bad, I think every single video like reminds me of a memory or reminds me of a day.
That's so true. I love that. And then with you and Instagram, what kind of got you started with that?
Honestly, I was the girl that would post like once a year.
Okay, I love
And then-
the mysterious girl.
Yeah, no,
I love
seriously.
that.
I would like wait for like a photo to work. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like maybe I'll post that. And then like last year, I started posting more, and like I don't know, my photos were doing well, I guess. So I kind of like saw that as an opportunity to like bring light to our sport, because I feel like water polo is kind of undercover. Like not a lot of people know about it.
Like low key, yes. If you guys didn't know, Grace Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh's daughter, was actually also on water polo, and I did not for the life of me know we had a water polo team until meeting her like my sophomore junior year, and after that like I started seeing more sprinkles of it, and I think that's literally so cool.
No, yeah, it's definitely like a sport that not a lot of people know about. And so like once I started like growing my Instagram following, I feel like that I saw that as a good opportunity to like bring light to like Michigan water polo and like the things that we do, and then also just like have, again, on the confidence topic, just like more confidence posting. Like it's really nothing crazy, you know, just like it doesn't have to be the perfect photo. It's just like posting, you know? Like, and I think it is, like Sophia was saying, like it's fun. It is fun to go back and like look at old photos and like have a good memory. Well, it's been a while. So
Yeah. I love that. And I actually think it's so funny because those media day photos always blow up. And like whenever I'm scrolling on my Explore and it's one of them or someone else, those media day photos, those always pop off. Not gonna lie.
Like a national holiday.
It's literally, it's like, oh, it's that time of year again.
Yeah.
You know, actually one of the football boys made a joke and they posted like a behind the scenes. They were like in their football pants and then like a suit up top, and they were like, it's the most important day of our entire lives. It's photo day.
Wow.
It's literally like launching ourselves. I love that. So along like a little bit deeper into social media again, we have female athletes who, like you said, are big contributors to making their sport a little bit more known or a little bit more recognized and appreciated. Maybe like a Livy Dunn or an Angel Reese, or people who are really bringing their own personal growth to bringing attention to their sport.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the social media has been a tool? Like, are you genuinely like using it as like a tool and like maybe are seeing something out of it later in the future? Or do you feel like it is still just kind of like a hobby and just something you always do for fun?
Yeah, I think my social media has grown a lot in college. Especially when you come to a school like Michigan, there's a certain standard and a certain level of like what you can and can't post and the image you put online on social media. So I think one thing, like as I've come to college, I definitely tried to, you know, keep it super professional and use my platform to put forward an image that if it's tied to Michigan water polo, it's something that represents our program and all the amazing girls that are involved in it. But I do think more than anything, I'd use it for personal, like it's my little video diary, it's my collection of memories versus like true like doing a bunch of brand deals or doing a bunch of water polo related content.
I see.
Yeah, I would say like a little bit of both for me. Like I definitely use it as a personal account, but I think that like it is a tool at the same time to like, again, bring attention to our sport, and also like my main goal is to influence other women, especially like younger females, and to just like have the confidence in themselves and be able to like realize that strong and beautiful can be tied together.
Love that.
So I think like that is what I would use it as a tool for.
Yeah.
And then also like I do enjoy doing NIL stuff. I think it's like the experience to work with other brands and like have the experience of like getting to market myself and a product at the same time, which I think has been super fun. And like, that's what I think I like about social media is like, I can still make it fun and professional at the same time and then influence people all in one.
Yeah. Heavy on the beauty and strength.
Yeah.
Heavy on that.
So true.
What's your dream NIL brand deal?
Aloe. 100%.
Okay, what about?
I own everything from Aloe. Like, there was just a sale a couple days ago, and I was like, I can't buy anything else. Like, they know my name at the store. Like, Aloe, if you watch this, like, please.
Love that. And then, what's your drink on that?
I would say I love C4 energy drinks. So
Okay.
probably that or Lululemon. Either.
I love that.
Yeah.
Those are two really fun ones. If you guys are watching, go ahead and give us sign that deal. And then if you could describe your content in 3 words, how would you describe your content?
Good one. I would say fun. Kind of basic, but fun, authentic. I'll just say like lighthearted. Like, I don't really think too much. Like, there's some stuff on there that's just like just goofy, silly, like random videos that I probably pulled out of a group chat somewhere. I'm like, oh, I'll post this.
Love that.
I don't like that much.
It's like your own private story almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
It's perfect. I would say old, real, and like realistic.
Yeah.
And for the last one, go with energetic. Just because I think like I have some good energy coming off my feed with all my
Yeah.
fun teammates and all that.
Yeah. It's also so fun. Like, I mean, for my own person, I'm sure viewers watching, I didn't really know either of you prior to this, which almost makes it more fun because getting to interview you guys and learn a little bit more about you all sitting here is like, oh my gosh, like you're putting a personality to like the actual like social media person. You know what I mean? So I love that. I love the connection. And yeah, that's so cool. So I have to ask, it can be as unhinged as you want, but what was your craziest DM you've ever received?
I think. Oh, I received definitely some ones that were like really creepy, weird. I think the craziest one I could like say on camera is probably I had someone offer to pay me to do my homework.
Oh, okay.
That was new. I thought normally it's like homework for money or money for homework. So that was a new one.
That's definitely a new one. Sophia?
Yeah, I definitely get some interesting ones out there. I'll just say people are really bold with what they share.
Yeah, very fair. Social media is a whole different animal sometimes than the people who are behind it. When you're hiding behind a screen, like people will say anything.
Yes.
And they're stunning, obviously. Of course, you guys. Both Sophias. Yeah, so going back into water polo, this season, tomorrow you have a scrimmage against Indiana. Who do you think's your hardest opponent you have coming up this season?
No, that's a good question. I think one of the interesting things about our season is that our bid to NCAAs is purely based on if we win our conference or not. So we play a lot of games that obviously matter just as much as the other ones.
I see.
Really, those games that are going to take us to the postseason are our conference. And our conference has definitely grown stronger and stronger every year, which has been super fun to see water polo shifting to non-California schools. So I guess it's not really a specific school. I'd just say the hardest games are those conference games when it got on the line.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think also like at the end of the season, like you've gone through so much, you play so many games. So it's like really it comes down to like that last weekend of the conference championships to like who's going to make it to NCAAs. Yeah. So I would agree with that.
I mean, you could lose every single game and win conference and you're going to NCAAs, or you could have undefeated and lose that conference.
And your game is done. That's actually so crazy. So it's very competitive, like all times P's and Q's. Alrighty, well, I hope you guys enjoyed those questions. Before we finish off, we're going to be playing a fun little game called Which Sophia? And we're going to be asking them, or I'm going to be telling you guys questions. We're going to run a little timer. You have 3 seconds to guess which, oh my goodness, to guess which Sophia you think I'm talking about. All right, let's get into it. Alrighty. So, and then you guys can raise your hand after the 3 seconds, and then obviously for the height one, you can stand up.
Okay.
So this is Sophia Panosian, and this is Sophia Banal. Make sure you remember that. Here we go. Up first, who do you think likes fishing, boating, and all water stuff? 3, 2, 1. Hey! Okay, next one. Who do you think's favorite color is pink? 3, 2, 1. Love that. Wait, what is your favorite color?
I'd say blue.
Okay.
Definitely blue, girl. Go blue.
I love that.
Walking Barbie doll.
Really? Okay, wait, I love that. Okay. Who do you think got their social media followers all from posting about their high school uniforms? 3, 2, 1.
Go Trinity League.
Shout out to high school. Alrighty. Who do you think was supposed to be 5'6", but is actually 5'10"? 3, 2, 1. Too good. I actually when they first walked up, I was like, wait, yeah.
Short girls.
Yeah.
Short
No,
girls.
the funny part is I'm not even like near the tallest person on my team. Like I barely make the background photos sometimes.
Yeah, like there's a lot of we were walking and we saw some of her teammates and everybody's tall, which like you guys genuinely look like volleyball players in the water. Like you were not wrong for thinking that. I'm not gonna
We
lie.
get that in the airport.
Really? So they're like, are you guys volleyball?
We got debate last weekend. That was enough.
Debate team running strong.
Probably not debate.
Yeah, no.
Debate in high school.
I love that. Alrighty. Which Sophia do you think wants to be a strength coach? 3, 2, 1. Love that. Wait, so are you going to school in Canese?
I am. I'm doing applied exercise science.
Oh my goodness, so far.
Love it.
Alrighty. Which Sophia would prefer a night in bed by 7 p.m. with a PJ set watching a movie? 3, 2, 1.
Definitely me.
She's older. She's starting to get the senioritis early. I know where you've been. I know what you're feeling. Alrighty. Which Sophia likes chocolate better than vanilla? 3, 2, 1.
Love chocolate. Chocolate girl for life.
Oh, same. Literally same. Okay. Which Sophia is a goalie because they were awful at swimming? 3, 2, 1.
Me.
That's actually, I literally can't get over that. Wait, fun fact, I can't swim, so I would be a horrible.
We'll give you swim lessons.
Wait, I love that. That'll be the next vlog.
No. Yeah.
Come to the pool.
And I'm 5 foot, so yeah, it would probably have to be. I'd have to be a strong swimmer in the front. Alrighty, this Sophia has a serious online shopping addiction. 3, 2, 1.
It's a problem.
So real, Aloe. She needs that brand deal. We need to help a girl out. No. Which Sophia do you think is an introvert over an extrovert? To top it off. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, she almost raised her hand too.
Are you guys both like introverted? Do you feel?
Okay, I think
it's complicated.
she is definitely not an introvert. Definitely.
I am, but I'm not. I think I come off loud and I get quieter the more you get to know me. Like during the school week, I like don't.
Like you need your
I save all my social energy for like a short period of time.
I feel like I'm the exact opposite. Like,
the more you get to know you.
yeah, I feel like I get more comfortable and I'm louder. But like when you first meet me, well, yeah.
I fully resonate with what you're saying because I feel like I'm like I tell people I used to joke and say I was an introvert, but I feel introverted like feelings at certain points, but I'm an extroverted person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come off really extroverted.
A little bit of both. Yeah.
And then it's really I love that. Okay, final one. This will actually be the final one. Which Sophia's first name is Sophia? 3, 2, 1. You guys can make.
Love that.
I love that. It's literally the best name. Sophia supremacy over here.
I rose my hand with confidence. I was like, that's fine.
She was
That's
go.
me.
I actually.
Yes.
They knew it off the bat.
Yes.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
For having us.
It was amazing learning more. Oh my gosh, of course. Wait, it was amazing learning more about water polo and your journeys through life and social media. If you guys don't know them, now you do. Give them a follow, get those brand deals, and thank you so much for watching. Powered by Champ Media. You're watching Champ Media.